Hello, comic book people! There is a comic by the name of Sons of the Night. This is a Class Comics title that was written both by Patrick Fillion and his partner Robert Frazier. It was illustrated by David Cantero. This was a Halloween comic book that came out. It spotlighted several characters that were shown both on Patrick Fillion's website, his personal sites, and on Class Comics. This included Scarab, which was a very sexy mummy, Blue Moon, which was a super smoking hot werewolf, Howie Dead End, who's a zombie, and Jacko the Halloweener, who's somewhat like a very sexy gay version of what the Great Pumpkin would look like if he ever showed up in the Charlie Brown Halloween special. All these characters have shown up in several different places in the Class Comics universe, so it wasn't anything brand new that was shown to us, but still, seeing them all together in this comic was incredibly cool. Plus, the story takes place in the Zeta Mega Phallus fraternity house, which is the same fraternity house that's going on in the Initiation comic books, which is another comic book series from Class Comics. Also, the Beautiful Dead series, which is another Class Comics title, is also somewhat referenced here with Howie. Although technically not some sort of crossover or team-up, this is more of like a series that's having different characters from different titles that are all being put together in this small story. The story portion of this comic book is fairly short, but it's still pretty awesome to have all of them put together. And I'm a huge werewolf fan, so I was really happy that Blue Moon was a main character in this. I really hope he shows up in some other Class comic titles. If I could choose to be any type of mythological character, it would probably be a Lycan from the Underworld series. I love him that much. The second half of this book are pinups of the different characters that showed up in the first half of this title, but they're all drawn by different artists. Just about all of the characters show up in some sort of spotlight, not just the monsters. It also shows the characters that are in the fraternity. Each of the monster characters are fairly unique and could probably have their own title at some point. Hey, fingers crossed, maybe Blue Moon the Werewolf will cross over into the Annie Males title, which is another comic book from Class Comics. But maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part. Regardless of that, this is a Class Comics title, so there is a lot of gay sex happening from beginning all the way to the end. Lots and lots of sex. So this is a very adult title, and you must be over the age of 18 in order to go to the website, which is classcomics.com. David Cantero, very awesome artist. I'm really happy with his illustrations, and I also love his style. I do wish the story portion of this was somewhat longer. I would have loved to have seen more interaction with maybe some other Class comic characters as well. Plus, all of the monster characters have had so much time being developed, I feel as though they need to have much more story time. But anyways, that's all I can say about this comic book. It was incredibly well done. I love the artist, I love the story, I love the pinups at the end. Again, if you're interested in getting this, you want to go to classcomics.com and you can order it from there. So that's it for now. Thank you guys for joining me in this comic book review, and I will join you in another one very soon. Hey, thanks for checking out my video. When you get a chance, check out my Patreon site. It's patreon.com/gaycomicgeek. If you become one of my patrons, you get to see some of the behind-the-scenes things I do, plus some extra pictures and videos, all that stuff that I give only to patrons. Check it out when you get a chance. I'd really appreciate it. Peace.